Season 4 of Invincible is finally firing on all cylinders because we've gotten back-to-back amazing episodes. Let's talk about episode 6 of Invincible. Spoilers ahead. While this wasn't quite as insane as last week's episode with the Conquest rematch, this was still an incredible episode with everything from Thragg declaring war on Talladega. Honestly, I think my favorite part of this episode was everything we got with Omni Man and Oliver on the planet waiting for Mark to recover. We got so many amazing little character moments between these two here. I really love how we got into like the details of how Oliver and Omni-Man still view the world differently than humans in their own unique way. Like Omni-Man, when killing this one creature, was ready to just kill the mother that laid these eggs, but Oliver came in and stopped him, and I absolutely love that moment. First of all, it shows you how Oliver cares for these more animal-like creatures. Also shows that, like, yes, Omni-Man is on this redemption arc. He's doing really well and making up for his mistakes, but, like, he still feels the need to give Conquest a grave because he is a Viltrumite at the end of the day, and he still just saw this creature as an animal. Stuff like that is really interesting to me, but speaking of Conquest grave, the scene of Mark finally waking up from his coma and then seeing the grave, thinking something happened to Nolan and Oliver was an absolutely heartbreaking scene. Now, we do need to talk about the fact that the coma only lasted for 2 months in the show. That is a pretty big change from the comics that it lasts for 10 months in, so it seems like we're kind of shortening the timeline of different things and the Viltrumite War as a whole. I'm really interested to see how things play out with this new reduced time skip once this entire Viltrumite War arc is over in the show. I don't even know if we're going to end it in this season, honestly, though. We got to talk about Thragg. I see a lot of people complaining about Lee Pace's voice in this episode in particular, saying there's like one moment where he's screaming no, that's way too high pitched and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, for the most part in this episode, I wasn't actually loving Lee Pace's voice or even the character design of Thragg. Don't get me wrong, I still think Lee Pace is a good choice for Thragg, and in the previous episodes and the post-credit scenes when we hear Thragg, he has some amazing line deliveries. I just feel like this episode didn't really make Thragg as like big of a threat or intimidating as he maybe should have been. Yeah, we see him working as the Grand Regent and declaring this attack and the Viltrumites coming down, but I honestly didn't feel like the threat was really that imminent. Got a whole lot more to talk about, but first, if you're an Invincible fan, make sure to hit that like and follow button or else Thragg will beat you up. We also got to put Alan the Alien and Tech Jacket both on Fraud Watch. I mean, these two really are struggling that bad that they can't handle a couple Viltrumites. I mean, you got to be able to hold your own weight here. Luckily for them, the absolute GOAT Space Racer finally made his appearance. His entrance was so dope in this show. One thing that definitely fell a little bit flat for me in this episode was the whole reveal of who was the mole that revealed the information to the Viltrumites and opened up the shields on the planet, because it ends up just being this guy that's like one of the guard things that has control of this stuff that we see for literally like 5 seconds before this. So I didn't really feel like, oh my god, we've been betrayed by this character that we love or we really trusted or anything. It just kind of felt like an excuse for them to get attacked, honestly. I feel like that could have been done a little bit different or more interesting if it was a different character. I do find the Conquest post-credit scene to be absolutely hilarious, how they zoom in with the dramatic music on his grave being like, oh my god, Conquest is alive again, and then they just zoom out and it's like, oh yeah, no, nothing's happening, he's dead for real. It's so funny seeing people not realize this is such an obvious joke and think, oh my god, Conquest is actually coming back though. But definitely not as insane as last week's episode, but another really good one. The war's finally officially started. I'm giving it a strong 8 out of 10. If you want to see all my other Invincible videos on the channel, like my episode breakdowns, rankings, and more, click the playlist above my head right now, and thank you so much for watching.